I made a severe and continuous lapse in judgment as a 20-year-old, bro. It was so long ago. I can't remember if it was pineapple, spinach, pepperoni. Well, it wasn't pepperoni because I tried pepperoni, bro, and I got freaking locked out of my account. Pro life tip. If you ever... Dude, it's so dumb. I was trying to get a flight ticket on United Airlines, and I hadn't used United for a long time because I usually do all my flights through Delta just so it's like in all in one place. I can earn some Sky Miles. It's cool, right? But I was planning a trip with some friends, and we thought we might all fly United together. So for 5 minutes, bro, I'm struggling to log into their website because I don't really know how it works. You know, I'm a Delta fan. That's all I use these days. It makes it so easy. But now I have to try to log into this website. It's not working. I finally get a password to work, but then they have to double check my identity. And the question they ask to confirm security is, what is your favorite pizza topping? This is not, what was 20-year-old me thinking, bro? Why couldn't you have picked, what's the name of your first pet? What's the name of the first person you've ever kissed? That would have been so much easier. You know what I have to do? I have to guess the palate of my 20-year-old self, bro. It's just so cucked. It was so cucked. I try to occasionally leave these commentary videos with some sort of life lesson, so hopefully that helps. I also did want to talk about investing because I finally made a new investing account. I've been meaning to do it for literal months. I already had an investing account, but I didn't really want to add more money to that. I'm doing it through a financial advisor, and no offense to the guy as a person, the financial advisor, he's cool. I like chatting with him. I just don't know if it's my best investing strategy personally. Long story short, as a 16, 17-year-old, I made an investing account for the first time ever. I literally just went on Google, I typed in investing because I figured any move is better than no move, and I knew investing was good. I just had no idea what website or how to do it, so I kind of just Google it, and I made an account on TD Ameritrade or something. I wouldn't recommend that if you're doing it. That's just what I did. I just added some money in. I clicked some buttons of some things that looked good. You know, I did some sorting features. I thought this stock was good. I was like, I just want to do basic stock stuff because that's what they teach in financial literacy. I think it's good for retirement and whatnot. So I just picked some numbers that seemed good. And that was my first ever investing thing. Fast forward a couple years later, when I'm now hiring a professional, my financial advisor, to do some investing for me, and we need to combine these two accounts. You know, my account with my financial investor and my account that I made as a 16-year-old where I kind of just guess some stuff of what I should do. And my financial advisor pauses and says to me, you know, you actually did really well as a 16-year-old. This account has actually outperformed what I've been doing. And I paused in my seat for a second thinking, I'm sorry, I outperformed you. And I get it. It's like a crazy time, maybe COVID stuff. Obviously, things go up and down. So maybe it's just like a bad year. One of the main reasons that I didn't want to keep adding more money with my financial advisor, I mean, I think I still have some stuff with him. I haven't completely dumped services with him. But the main reason I wanted to do it was because I think he's just a good salesman. He has a good pitch. He knows how to speak well. And the sort of stuff that he's doing is an attempt to like try and beat the market. He's advertising his cool systems, his statistics. He's like, hey, this is how I'm going to beat the market. This is why I'm better than the regular stock market. And me personally, I don't think you can really do that on a long-term scale. I really just want to do the bare basic. I just want to invest with the stock market. That's what people say. You know, stock market's been going up for 40, 50, 100, I don't know how long, a very long time. I just want to do basic investing stuff so that I have a secure future. I don't want to try to do any fanciness to try and beat the stocks. I don't want to be trading penny stocks or getting into crypto or anything like that. I just like give me VOO, bro. Chuck everything in there, let it track the S&P 500. But for basically all of my investing career, that's not exactly what it's been, because I've just been using his system, which is like, to be fair, it's not decreasing in value. Actually, it was decreasing in value for the first almost 2 years, I think, but that was probably also COVID and stuff. It is up to 140 from like 100 in terms of numbers. I won't go into the exact specifics, but that's the ratios. But most of my money, honestly, I haven't been investing. I mean, number one was I was paying off my house for a while. I just kind of wanted to chuck all of my money towards that. But then that sort of got finished, and so I was like, what do I do with my money now? I'm not sure if I want to just keep investing it with my financial advisor. My goal was kind of gone, and I thought I should probably open another investing account, but I hadn't really done that. I opened some bonds through my bank, which are not usually as high return as the stock market, I think, but more safe. Bonds are through the government, so you're going to get the money increase unless the country goes kapooey, and if the country goes kapooey, it doesn't really matter anyways. So bonds are cool. I also had a money market account, which felt cool and fancy. I remember going to my bank, and my bank teller said, hey, do you want to do a money market account? That's like kind of cool. And honestly, it's not really all that fancy. It's literally just a savings account with a better return rate. Instead of maybe 0.3 on your return rate, you get 1% on your return. So it's not insane. If you actually want to like do solid, secure investing, you should probably do it in the stock market. I think. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do not take any advice from me. But I think it's important to be financially literate and plan for your future, okay? Everybody, you don't want to be on the streets with no money, okay? It's important. You kind of need money to buy food, and you need food to live. These are things I have learned as a 23-year-old on this planet. Dude, what am I saying? The point is, I was talking with my aunt about investing and stuff. She knows I do YouTube and thinks it's cool. We'd start talking about what we're doing. She's very financial. She's a doctor. And I bring up my financial advisor, and I'm like, yeah, it's like a 1% commission rate thing per year, and I do it through this guy. It's just like kind of what I do. He's a family friend. I just kind of like, he's the first guy that I've done. And she said, if you just make an account through Vanguard, they'll just like set you up automatically, and the rate is 0.3, or maybe it was 0.3. I don't really know. The numbers are, it was at least a third. And so I thought to myself, that's probably wise, but I didn't really do anything with it because, I don't know, my relationship with money is weird. I think the most important thing, if you want to be financially safe and literate and secure, is number one, spend less money than you earn. Investing doesn't really matter if you have a crazy amount of debt. It doesn't really matter if how much you earn doesn't match your lifestyle. That's the most important thing. So that's really what I focus on, and that's pretty easy. And keeping a bit of money for a year or two isn't the worst thing in the world. It's probably better investing, but I didn't do it for a while. Until last week, I finally got on a call with the Vanguard guy. That's what I'll call him. I can't remember what his name was. Was it Jake? Colin? It might have been Colin. Connor. I think it was Connor. I got on the call with him. He starts giving me his sales pitch, and bro, I was best case scenario for this sales guy. I am every salesperson's dream sale. I said, hey, this is how much money I got. I'm good. Just like, set me up with your program. I'm ready to just like dump the money in here. You don't need to convince me. And so he finishes giving me his like little presentation. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm ready to go. I think you guys are chill. I've heard of Vanguard before. Oh my gosh, that was a voice crack. I've heard of Vanguard before. I'm trying to do a very basic investing thing. Just set me up. I wanna put some money away and then not think about it ever again. I'm not trying to get fancy with it. Give me the bare basics. Let's freaking go. And so Connor said, hey, that's pretty cool. I did a little wire transfer through my bank, like a little ACH thing. And I didn't even need to contact my bank before, which is kind of crazy. When you make larger payments, you normally need to contact your bank. Like I'm paying for an Airbnb with everybody for a while, and it's like a couple grand. But if it's an ACH transfer, you just don't need to, because I got my routing number, I got my account number. The longer that I am an adult, the more these things become normalized to me. You know what an ACH transfer is? I didn't a long time ago. You know what a routing number is and how to use those? I didn't for a while. Do you know how to sign a check? I still don't really know how to sign a check. I've signed a couple of checks in my time, but not really. The point is, I didn't need to call my bank. I got it all set up. I actually called them anyways because I was like, is this fine? Do I need to contact you? This is kind of like a lot of money. And she said, no, if you're using your debit card and it's that big of a thing, then we need to check it because that's usually fraud and stuff. But I got my own account number. I type it in. The money's in the account. I have my next meeting with Connor. And it was actually very straightforward. We just basically said, yeah, he showed me around the website. I read their terms of service and stuff. Not that I'm really going to understand all of it, but it makes me feel better to slow down and at least try to understand terms of service and stuff like that. So I'm reading through all the things. And one of the cool things he said was like, hey, do you want to do the regular investment portfolio or do you want to do the ES regular investment portfolio? And I said, what is the ES regular portfolio? I'm really stuttering with my words here. It wasn't actually ES. I can't remember what the acronym was, but he said, hey, it's an environmentally friendly thing. The stocks that get invested are all of the normal big ones like Amazon and Apple and whatnot, but it doesn't include things like tobacco companies and that sort of thing. It's environmentally friendly. There's a couple of companies, they have like a couple of rules. It's not like we decide this system. You shouldn't make this decision based on what's going to make you more money. This is just more sort of a principles thing. And I thought to myself, do I do that? Like, environment's friendly and like not supporting tobacco and other companies like that is probably good. But I thought to myself, I mean, I wouldn't have done that. Like, if I didn't know, then I probably wouldn't do that. But I thought to myself, that's probably good to do. So I kind of signed up for that. I think the investing will go swimmingly. And I guess I could actually check now. The stock market goes up and down. You should never expect your investments to always continuously go up. I'm a big fan of just kind of put some money in, don't look at it for a while. Dude, wait, that's actually crazy. I think I've been an investor. Maybe that's an overzealous term here. I've had investments since I was, if we say 17, that's 5 years. Dang. Vanguard.com. Let's see. Take your guesses. I think the investments have been up for a couple of weeks now. 1 week, 2 weeks. I'm curious in such a short amount of time if it's gone up or down. I'm going to be pessimistic and say it's gone down. Maybe it hasn't changed at all. I don't really know how these things work, but I think it's kind of fun to check every once in a while. I literally check a couple of times a year, maybe twice a year. Oh, frick, bro. We've gone down 3% since the beginning. So we'll see. Maybe it'll keep going down forever and I'll lose all my money. Maybe it'll skyrocket into the future, but I think having investments is better than not having investments. I'm just trying to do the basic stuff, trying to be financially secure. This is crazy. Maybe it was just a bad day. My daily change on my other account with my old financial advisor, it's down 3.5% in 1 day. That seems kind of a lot, no? And then my Vanguard account is down 3.15%. Interesting. I think that's most of my investing stuff. I've done a little bit with Roth IRAs. I was almost going to get a 401k for a second. I think Roth IRAs are a very good basic thing to shoot for. It's taxed on the way in, but then when you take it out as like a retired person, it's tax-free. So that's kind of cool. I can't do Roth IRAs anymore. I'd have to do like a backdoor Roth IRA, just the way that my job works. But what am I saying? Am I trying to give financial advice here? I think the most important thing with managing your money is your lifestyle and your spending. I've always been very frugal with what I do. I've never really been a materialistic guy, which probably helps. I've never been a car guy or had any hobbies that suck a ton of money in. You know, I guess like YouTube and having a computer is that for me. But dude, I literally, until I had 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, like I'm making money from it. I used a laptop, dude. I had a gum box prop up my laptop to make it so that I could see better for the longest time. So being frugal with your money is good. Live your life though. Do what you want. Be aware of financial stuff. Don't go into debt and live a freaking good life, bro. Oh my gosh, look at me trying to preach financial stuff. That's it though. I'll talk to you in the next commentary video. Peace.